Hey guys, Jay here, welcome to EonsOfBattle, and today I'm going to show you how to create some underwater bases. These bases would be perfect for all of your Little Mermaid miniatures. If you enjoy our videos and want to see more of them, head on over to our EonsOfBattle Patreon. Here are the paints I'll be using. You can find a list of materials in the description below. The first thing I did is I took some Crayola Model Magic soft squishy modeling material, made it into some small balls, and then squished it onto the base to create some natural looking elevations. I'm doing this because I find that the super flat bases look very unrealistic. Once that was dry, I covered the bases in some wood glue. Next I applied some basing sand, I put on a few larger pebbles, and then I finished it off with some fine grained sand. Next I want to make some seaweed, and so I cut up some twist ties. I cut the twist ties to about 1 or 2 inches. I used my hobby knife to taper the edges, and on one end I made sure to leave a little bit of exposed wire so that I can attach them to the base. Then, to make them look like they're waving underwater, I used 2 round tool handles and I bent the wire into an S. Then I coated my seaweed in some Elmer's glue to seal them. Now that my base is dry, I primed it with some gray primer. I also primed the seaweed with some gray primer. Next, I base coated the models with some P3 Cygnus Yellow. Then, I gave all the models a heavy dry brushing with some Vallejo Bonewhite to make them look more like sand. If you like our stuff, stay tuned for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. After that, I picked out all the small pebbles and the larger pieces of fine-grained sand with some Games Workshop Eshin gray. Then, I dry brushed all of the areas I painted with Eshin gray with some Vallejo Stonewall gray. Then, I base coated all of my seaweed with some Vallejo Model Color Reflective Green. Once that was dry, to give the seaweed a little bit more contrast, I airbrushed Vallejo Sick Green from above. If you don't have an airbrush, you can also do this applying a few thin coats of sick green to the top parts of the seaweed. Then thin down the sick green and then blend it in to the reflective green. Now that the seaweed is ready, I drilled some holes into the bases with my pin vise. If you followed along with this video, please post your work to Instagram and tag EonsOfBattle so that we can share it. To attach my seaweed, I stuck the wire through the base and then I applied a drop of super glue and then made it cure instantly by applying a little bit of baking soda. Some of my wires ended up being a little bit too long, so I just bent them down. Now the bases are finished, the only thing left is to paint the skirt of the base, and I chose to paint it with some Vallejo Earth. And there you have 3 finished underwater bases. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, thanks for watching.